Hey guys, welcome back to Easeldoesitstudio. So we have some new molds. They are from Temu, but we are going to try this new, it's an eco-casting, resin casting powder. It's water-based. This one is a 4-to-1 ratio by weight. But you know me, I don't do measurements, so we're gonna wing it. So in the kit, you get some pigments. You get green, black, blue, red, yellow, and orange. So the primary colors. I really, really like this little scoop. Comes with that. And then it comes with a few mixing cups and some sticks. And then, of course, the powder. Ooh. All right, now, and this is 6.5 pounds, or 3,000 grams. I'm just trying to tap it all out. So when we cut it, we're not losing any powder. And a couple more sticks, and then the instructions. All right, so let me just, 4 parts powder to 1 part water, measured by weight on a scale. Pour water into powder, mix until smooth. Add any water-based pigments. Colors can be completely mixed or gently stirred to create a marble. Pour and gently tap to remove the bubbles. Demold after 20 to 30 minutes. Ensure that water-resistant. Seal with an acrylic sealer, beeswax, or varnish. So we're going to try this. This was on my Amazon wish list. I've been wanting to try it, and Julie was so gracious enough to send it to me. So we're going to try it. So I've got the owl molds out again. I've got the cow. But I also received, because I'm going to be doing little kits. So this is a like Santa Claus in a chair. So I got this one because I figured if I made this and then I had a thing of paints and brushes, and then kids could paint it themselves. I thought, that might be a cute, like, Christmas gift idea. So, and then we have got, this one is Santa's sleigh, but it is like a little planter, or you can put, rings or whatever, but it's little Santa, and then it has like a little sleigh to it. So yeah, I know it's early for Christmas, guys, but I want to see what these molds look like. So then when I get ready to do them in resin, we'll have an idea. And then this one is a little Christmas stocking planter. But look at the details. We've got like little gingerbreads. We've got flowers. Some more flowers there. I don't know if that's a person. So yeah, so we got to pour these to see what they're going to look like. So these three, I will probably just pour white, because obviously I'm going to have to paint one to make sure that in the kit that they have enough paint to, completely do their little stockings or whatever they are. And we might even pour this little bunny. We might, because that bunny, it was so stinking cute. So I'm going to put that to the side. We'll see how long it takes us to get through these. I'm not going to open these because I've already, well, you know what? Yeah, I probably will, just so we can see how they work, how dark they get. So that's a black. Let's see. All right, we'll have to see if we can make like a brown. So I'll maybe use these in one and then, you know, let's see, this is the sleigh. No, those I want white. So let's see. You know, maybe we'll do some colored owls. Who knows? Who knows? We'll do one color and then whatever. So I already know these take like roughly 4 ounces to color them. This little guy takes 3. So we'll, yeah. I don't know. We're just going to start. We're just going to start. All right. So I'm going to get this bag open. And I do have all my other little stir thingies and my little spatula and so this bucket is a little bit bigger than what the mix to mold comes in. All right, so we've got 5 ounces of powder in here right now. And let me just scoop that in there. And we'll get some water. And do I want to use this stick? That might be a little big. Might be a little big. We'll use this one. All right. So I'm just going to mix it the same way that I normally would my mix to mold. Because you guys know, me and measurements. If they're equal measurements, I'm totally okay. I mean, all of the other casting powders are very forgiving, so I'm assuming this will be too. I got powder at the bottom. And then let me see how much I've got. So I've got like 3.5. So I'm going to find my brown. Well, I guess we're going to use this because I want to do the cow in the brown. And that might be black. Who knows? We're about to find out. We'll have a black cow. Yep, we're going to have a gray one. That's fine. They're all different colors, right? And I'm not even going to bother to clean that out. And we're going to... Now, this is 20 to 30 minute demold, guys. So that is going to be amazing if it works. All right. I'm just banging, trying to get some bubbles out. All right, you could use a smidge more, but, and then I'm just gonna give it a tappy wappy, as I think Steve McDonald says. All right, so I'm gonna move this little guy over here. And I'll move my cup so I can pile them up and wash them. So it is 2:20 right now. I mean, 12:20, excuse me. I can't even tell time. All right, so I'm gonna take a bigger cup and we're gonna, let me just zoom out just a smidge so you guys can at least kind of see what I'm doing here. And this, the only thing with this cup is it doesn't have measurements on it. So I'm just gonna mix up a bunch and we'll start getting the white ones poured. Because I figure that would maybe be a little easier. I mean, it's mixing up good. It's nice and smooth. Let's try this one, because this one I don't think is going to hold as much. No, we'll do the stocking. We'll do the bigger one first. And I left this one a little thicker. So we definitely gonna need more. Oops. That was almost a mess. All right, let me move these guys over this side. So this makes a little bit more bubbles from what I can see compared to the others, but we'll just use our finger and they should pop, but yeah, because that one did. And I'm just gonna put a little bit of white. We might as well try to top him off, right? And it's just gonna be the bottom. I don't think it's gonna go down to the bottom. And if it does, that's fine. And let's put a little bit more powder and make a little bit more. Oop. All right, so let's get the little boot done. All right, let's stop there. And this is a rugged mold, this one here. My goodness. Okay. I run out of room when I do mixed mold or casting powders. All right, so this one is definitely gonna need more. So I want to get enough to do the chair and then maybe have some left over. Fill my cup back up. I want to make this one a little thicker where it's such a big cavity. And then if we have any left, we can color it and do a couple of owls, even if we don't do all of them, but all right, we'll go with that. I'm gonna just slide this back. I'm gonna put my water out of my way. And now I'm zoomed in too far. There we go. I want you to at least be able to see what I'm doing here. All right, so there's not a lot of little nooks and crannies in this particular one, but we're still gonna, you know, give it the taps and the bangs and the, because we don't want Santa's face to have bubbles in his, you know, beard or whatever. Wow. My guessing is pretty much on point. Now this one is a little wobbly compared to the others. Okay, so this is already getting hard. So I was getting nervous because it looked, you know, like it was still pretty wet. And yeah, I want to make sure that it was going to cure. So we're going to dump this in here so that I can kind of have some different measurements. So I'm going to put this over here. And I really like the Scoopy. And let's see. Let's see what their blue looks like, because I know a lot of the blues go really like sky blue. So we will see how this blue and I think we're gonna we'll do the owl with the moon, and that way we could always leave the, you know, the moon white, I mean blue. And let's see how much I've got here. All right, so that is 4 ounces. All right, so I wish we could keep it that dark. You know what I mean? It's not a bad blue at all. Let's just add one drop of the black just to see if we can darken this up just a smidge. Yeah, that's a better blue. It's almost like a slate blue. And this is the owl that I want. So this one we're gonna kind of go slow, really tap it. Ooh. Not that hard, guys. Not that hard. So we'll just mix up a little tiny bit more, because that's all we need is a smidgen. And that blue is already in here, so we should be able to might be a little lighter, but I'm thinking it'll just go down through the center anyways, hopefully. There we go. All right, put that with the ones to get washed, clean our stick. All right. And let's do, all right, I want to find my brown before, I might be out of brown. And those are the, all right, let's see what we've got in our arsenal here that could make like owl colors. Like a yellow orange maybe. Tangerine. Trying to think, red and I think red and black make brown. I think, if I can remember. But you know what? Let's just make them different colors. They're just characters. So we'll do, let's see, we'll do this green one. So we have 3 more. Let's do a purple. It's a violet. And we've got we'll have a blue one, a green one, a purple one. And a pink one. What the heck? You know, and maybe we'll swirl one, do like a marble. All right. And these are the ones I got off Temu. All right, so that's about, we'll see what it gets when we get mixing it here. Yeah, my daughter's been after me for a while to make like paint at home kits. So I ordered some little empty paint containers, but they're smaller than I wanted them to be. So yeah, I might. All right, let me see how much we have here. We've got 4. I'm just going to add a little bit more. Because I want to make sure I have enough where, let's do, I think that one's the bigger one, so. It's the only thing when you're using liquid colors, you want to try to make enough that you can finish your piece, because if not, it's sometimes hard to completely match that color. I'm gonna go to it's almost to the 4.5, so I'm just gonna make sure that we are at the 4.5, because I think that's what this one takes. And if not, we can always pop some white in it. Let's see. Still not quite 4.5. Bring that. All right, we're at the 5. So let's do this one in green. So I mixed the green, and now I'm going to put, because that's like a light mint. Hang on, I better shake these better. And now we're gonna give that a swirl, and we're gonna pour him I don't want to tap too much. Now this is the one that was wonky. So I'm going to turn it. So I can let it dry, leaned up next to something. Because it sits crooked on that one particular one. I think there was actually two like that. All right, we're gonna do, we're gonna just use this as like an extras mold. Move these over here. And I'm gonna do that one that I don't know what it is, and somebody said what it was, but I couldn't pronounce it, so we're gonna make this one have a bunch of different colors. Okay, put that with my washout cups. Clean our stick here. The only thing with this is it is messy. Messy, messy. All right, so I've got it up to the 6. And we'll see what it measures out when we... And that's about an ounce of water. There's going to be a little bit of green on my stick, but it's so minute that it will blend in there. We're going to add some more color anyways. So we can unmold that, the first one. Thicken this up a little bit. Let me see where we're at. We're at 5 ounces. So we've done the green. Let's do the purple. All right, I'm gonna leave that like that. That looks kind of good. I don't know if it's going to hold its marbling very well, but, and then we will pour that in there. Okay, one more. And this one's going to be the pink. I'll use a different stick. Ooh. My goodness, Michelle. We're at 4. I'm going to pour a little bit more because I want to be able to at least finish that other little dude there that we got going on. So I want to have a little extra. God, I haven't used casting powder in so long. I forgot how much fun it was. I just wish it was a little easier to get your colors, you know, exactly the way you want them. Oh, and this one I haven't even used. Oh. If I did, the hole was plugged, so. All right, it must be that the hole is plugged. All right, I'm not going to mess with it too long because I don't want it to set up in my cup here. So we'll just mix this one all in. You know what? We're going to put a drop of red and see what that gives us. Okay, that gave us a different color pink. Okie dokie. Now these owls might have, you know, some little different colors on the outside from, because I didn't clean them, but that's okay. And I think this is the other one that, yeah, this is the other one that is wonky. All right, we're just gonna mix one scoop at a time. And that's a little bit much. Do I have anything small? Oh, yes, I wanted to, crap, I wanted to try some of these. Okay. So I'm going to let these sit up. I'm going to unmold this one here just because it has been 20 minutes. So let's get this out of my way here. It's still pretty warm, but these molds are very flexible, so I just want to be careful for his little ears and horns. Oh, look at. We got two little bubbles in the horns, but the rest, a few little tiny ones, but you really can't even tell. Oh, he's gorgeous. He's so cute. All right, so I'm gonna let the rest completely cure, and then I will be back. I'm gonna wash my hands. I'll probably move everything, clean up this so that when I demold the white ones, they stay white. So I will be right back, guys. Okay, guys, so these are all cooled. Oh, that came out nice. So yeah, picked up whatever other color was in there, but these came out really good. I'm going to try the buff and rub and buff on them too. All right, so let's get our little multicolored little guy out. Oh, he's cute. So that stuff feels really, really nice. I mean, you can't even tell it's a different color. And you can definitely see the little creases in his eyes, but they definitely will have to dry. So I'm probably not going to dress them today, but I just wanted to see what they're going to look like. Oh, so we did get a few little bubbles under here, but he's adorable. So yeah, there's only little tiny bubbles here, but no other bubbles anywhere else. His ears are good. A few little bubbles underneath here. So I could have did a little more tapping, but those are cute. I know all the kids at any of the craft fairs love the little critters like this, especially the ones in different colors. Oh, so we got a little tiny marbling, not much. And get a few little bubbles. So I definitely would say this stuff makes a little bit more bubbles than the mix to mold, for sure. But other than that, it's, you know, really cute. Oh, that is adorable. So again, just in those front feathers, the back ones were fine. The moon is fine. Oh, these are so cute. Okay. Oh, he is so cute. Now this one came out pretty, a few little tiny bubbles there, but there's nothing sharp. I mean, there's definitely no big pieces. Okay, so let's get these new molds done. So this is Santa in the recliner. Oh, please don't have any bubbles in your little face. So that's the chair. Oh, look at. Oh, he's so sweet. So that is going to be a perfect size to do in those little paint kits that I want to do. Okay, I'll save the big one for last. Oh, we got a bubble on the sleigh, but I don't think I banged this one as much. But now I know, you know, where like the trouble spots are gonna be. Oh. Oh. Oh, and look, it's got a little seam on the side. So I'll have to trim the bottom. We got a few little bubbles in his mustache and his eyebrows, but other than that, it came out adorable. So you're better off to do your trimming when it's fresh like this, because it is just so much easier. And I just broke a piece of the sleigh, so be careful. But that is cute. So you could put rings, you know, you could just put little things in there. You could even put a tea light in there. You know, it doesn't have to be for plants. All right, let's see. This one here got me nervous because there's so many little intricate, and I can already see a few bubbles. So we will be pouring these in resin as well, coming down the road. So, but this way here, I'll know, like, if I want to paint the mold, I'll know which areas I'll have, like, something to go by. Oh, my goodness gracious. So this one is definitely more difficult to get out. I know I'm off frame, guys. I'm just trying to, like I said, this mold here is definitely a stiffer mold. Almost got it. There we go. All right, let me turn this back the right way. So that's like a vase. Oh my goodness, look at all the detail in this. This is so stinking cute. So there's a few, you know, micro bubbles, but yeah, definitely I'm going to redo this and, you know, take my time really tapping it. But that is adorable. So I did want to try the rub and buff on these two pieces here. Because I don't know how, you know, how it's going to look on like these. So I mean, you use so much. These tubes are going to last forever. And then I'm going to tap some off. And then we're just going to kind of go over the high spots. You know, like these these pieces here, I wouldn't be able to use them unless I was doing the Power Techs, because all those little bubbles would get filled in with the Power Techs. So even though I'm putting this Rub and Buff on here now, it wouldn't really matter. So I just wanted to see, you know, how that's gonna look. So I'm just, and it's just hitting those high spots. So yeah. So those came out really, really cute. Let me wipe my finger off here. So this is finally healed, but see how rough? This is what it's doing. So I have no clue. It just keeps like cracking, and I'm using moisturizers. I'm using my special gloves. It's, yeah, I just don't know. All right, I'm just gonna put a little bit there. That was way too much. But I wanna accent him a little bit. We'll get some on his little horns to have them stand out a bit. But see how it brings all that like little detail right into focus. And we will just give him a little bit of something under his chin. And on his little bangs. Actually, he looks really cute. I'm just going to do the whole thing because he is really adorable. And get his horns a little bit better here, since I'm doing the whole thing now. So the only thing I won't do is the bottom, because these have to, you know, finish curing and dry. All that moisture's got to dry out of here. Oh, I am going to have so much fun with this little cow. And I need a smidgen more. His little bum. Just gives a really nice little highlight. Do his little snout a little bit. So yeah, so that's all I'm gonna do on these guys today. I'm gonna let them cure, and try to wipe that so I don't waste the sheet. There we go. All right. So, yeah. So far I'm pleased with it. It does make a little bit more bubbles, so you just got to really be careful on that. But overall, I mean, these are adorable. So what I'll do now is I'm going to wash all of my molds out that I used with this powder, so that when I pour them in resin next time, you know, they will be all ready to go. So, I mean, I suppose we could, there we go. Alrighty, guys, that does it for this video. I might, once these dry, I might try with my Dremel hollowing out the eyes and then putting the glass eyes in. So if I decide to do that, I will do it on a video so that you can see, because I have 1, 2, 3. I mean, I could probably even do this one. I just might have to make his eyes a little bit rounder. I'm not sure. So yeah, at least 3 of them I would drill out. So we will try it once these, you know, fully cure. So I will see you guys on the next video, guys. Bye.